this is June, and we're here at 25 York Street, Also Good Desserts, here in Ottawa, the capital of Canada. Today we're joined by Peter Elmarji, the owner of Also Good Desserts here in Ottawa. We'll be talking with him and seeing how's COVID been treating him thus far. After it's been a year. It's a year since COVID started. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for seeing me. Yes, I know you're really busy with Also Good Desserts.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, right now I'm hands-on in the cafe since COVID, but back in the cafe and back hands-on and keeping it going, keeping Also Good. You know, Also Good's been around for 26 years, and we want to see it going for another 26 years.
26 years
Yeah.
to be running a coffee shop here in the capital city, Ottawa. How does that make you feel?
I feel grateful myself. I took over personally by myself about almost 14 years ago. Fantastic experience growing with the business also. It was an idea from Germany. It's a Berlin style cake house. We got that idea and we went forward from the previous owners and took it over and kept it going and creating new ideas. We brought a coffee roaster in. We're roasting our own coffee now. We have our own tea company also now. So we're just growing. About 3 months ago now, we have our own e-commerce, so you could order cakes online, you could order coffee online, you could order tea right online. So COVID made us realize the internet is the next big thing. We have to move forward, so we adjusted, and we do have all our services online now.
So with this coffee roasting, I'm not a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
I don't like the taste. I've tried and everything, but it's not for me. Coffee's not made for everyone. It's definitely not made for June. So what is so good about roasting your own coffee here at Also Good?
So first of all, the main reason why I started roasting is to always have the freshness of the coffee. Always have a fresh cup straight from the roaster. Within days it's in the customer's cup, ready to drink. That's the main reason. And then I realized there's a little bit of a science behind it, and that's when I fell in love with roasting coffee more than just selling it. I found that there's different ways of roasting it, different profiles. It's almost like cooking a steak. Rare, medium rare. There's a light roast, there's a medium light roast, there's medium roast, medium dark roast, there's dark roast. There's a whole bunch of different ways of roasting the coffee, and each second, each minute gives a different profile. And it's very neat. I really fell in love with that whole concept of the roasting. And now I give a fresh cup of coffee to my clients that come in. And not only that, we do have other businesses that we do wholesale to. So it always keeps all our coffee fresh. So my wholesale clients have fresh coffee because we're all going through it together.
Right.
I'm not looking to build a huge business out of it, but I found a few main clients that have been loyal to me with the roasting, and I've been selling to them. So we're roasting small batches, not big batches, but we always have fresh coffee for our clients.
And I guess fresh coffee makes a big difference.
It does make a difference.
And as a consumer, then now when you're leaving Also Good, you can take a piece of Also Good with you by buying the coffee.
They could buy a pound of coffee or a half pound. We have that in our retail section in the front. We even have our tea in the retail section.
I was
in the
just
front.
getting to that.
So if you're a tea drinker, we have we have a sister company called Maple Tea, and you could go online and and buy it online, or you could come right to the shop, and we have maple tea right on the shelf in the front, and you could buy 100 grams. It's all loose leaf tea. We have all the accessories also. If you need to want some of the accessories, we have it here too.
Nice. And so, what made you decide that you wanted to introduce a tea brand into Also Good Desserts?
Well, like yourself, there's a lot of tea drinkers. There's not a lot of coffee drinker. There's there's a mix between the both. So we said, how we gonna get into the tea market, and during COVID, we found that tea is a product that we could sell online and we could sell in our retail section. So we jumped right into it. We contacted some of our distributors and some of the wholesalers and some of the farmers that we know that do sell tea, and we partnered with them, and now we have the Maple Tea Company.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How many cakes does Also Good Desserts have, like in-house? So when I come in to Also Good and the cakes are in
So in our display at one time was usually about 35 different cakes to choose from. We have a selection of about 70 altogether, but in the display at all times is about 35.
Do you find that each week that the choice of cake changes, which one clients like, or is it pretty consistent all the time?
Well, it's funny. It's season. It's like a season. So more of the summer type of cake is more fruity cakes. Lighter cakes is summer cake. Winter time, you're looking at heavier cakes, more delicate, more like 5-layer cake with all the chocolate, cream cheese, everything on it. We sell a lot of cheesecake. There's a lot of cheesecake buyers. This is all year round. Cheesecake is a big thing. It's a mixture. There's a few favorites. Chocolate is a big one. Chocolate is huge. That's always all kinds of chocolates. We have like 10 different chocolate cakes in the display at all times. So this is huge. But cheesecakes are big.
Yes, you have a carrot cheesecake.
Carrot cheesecake is
that is amazing.
Yeah.
I've never had a carrot cheesecake before until I came to Also Good
So
Desserts.
it's infused. It's carrot cake, chunks of carrot cake, sponge carrot cake, inside the cheesecake pan, and then we pour the cheesecake, and then we bake it. So it's an infused cheesecake, it's called.
You're talking about it and my mouth's watering. I'm just going to take a sip of my tea instead.
It's an infused cheesecake. This is the past year or so, or 2 years now. A lot of bakers started doing that. They started making infused cheesecakes. So they're adding either chunks of brownie, chunks of carrot cake, chunks of raspberry sponge cake inside cheesecake, and then they bake it. So on the outside you have your cheesecake, and then there's chunks of different cakes on the inside.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You are saying that the real meaning of a coffee house is for the community to come and gather.
Yeah, so the traditional meaning of coffee house, it comes from the old Turkish coffee house saying. It's the community members coming together, gathering, and gossiping and talking and communicating. This is the real meaning of a coffee house. As you know, back in the day there was no laptops, there was no cell phones, so it was strictly the community getting together and chatting. So that's the main reason for a coffee house, and I tend to try to strive on that here at Also Good too. We are a coffee house. We consider ourselves part of the community. We've been around for so long, and we try to do the same thing. When I'm in the cafe, I try to talk to everyone that's here and just get a feel, see how they're feeling, especially now during the COVID, since the COVID outbreak and the pandemic. Not a lot of people are communicating with each other face to face, so we obviously keep our distance and we wear masks, but we also like to say hi and just remind people that we are here, we're part of the community, you're always welcome, come on in, have a coffee, have a slice of cake, maybe we'll chat for 5-10 minutes, just And if not, then, maybe we won't chat, but at least you'll enjoy a nice cup of coffee and a cake.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you seem to have like this, you enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
You enjoy the coffee house, you enjoy this. What made you decide to have a coffee house instead of having a restaurant?
So, before, and I grew up in the restaurant business with my family and stuff, and I've experienced the full-on restaurant, and it's a lot of work and a lot of back-end work. And I'm more of a front-end type of person. I'm more of a on hands with the customers. I'm a customer service type of person. So that's what really made me decide. I used to be in the kitchen, cooking, baking, doing all that type of stuff, but I wasn't really seeing what the customers, how they're feeling, and the real joy of eating a piece of cake or having coffee, or like enjoying their time and the atmosphere of my cafe. So I wasn't really seeing that. So I said, I want to be in the front. I want to know how people are feeling, and not only that, once I talk to my customer and I get their feedback, now I can take it to the back end. Now I can say, we need to adjust this, we need to do that. And I find a lot of owners, that's what should be their main role in business, especially in the hospitality business, is if it's a hotel or if it's a restaurant, no matter what you have, if it's clients coming in, you need to get their feedback. And sometimes the best feedback is face to face, you right hands-on experience with them. This is the best feedback, and then you could come back and take it to your business and better your business and better their experience for the next client that comes through, or even the next time that client comes through. They realize it, and then they feel that they put something into that business.
And then they want to come back more.
Yeah, they come back more because, the owner took my advice, or like the manager took the advice, and now the service is better, or now they're offering this. They realize that, the client realizes that, and then they come back and they might tell their friends, and it's all word of mouth. Also Good Desserts was 19 years word of mouth. There was no advertisement put in, no money into advertisement until Instagram and Facebook and all these new social media apps came out. There was no money put into advertisement for this business. So it's all word of mouth.
Yes. And it grew from there.
That's
Not
right.
only with what you're saying, but when you come into Oh So Good, whether he's here or not, you get amazing customer service. Not only do you get amazing customer service, if you notice behind me the artwork that's here, there's artwork all throughout. What made you decide that you wanted to have beautiful artwork here at Oh So Good?
So we wanted to help local artists. So we get a local artist from Ottawa. They can't really showcase their art anywhere, or there is art galleries, but usually art galleries will take half of whatever they want to sell. If they're selling it, the art gallery will take 50%. We came out with an idea that we could put art up, showcase it, local artists could bring their friends, family, come see my art. It's at Oh So Good. It's up on the walls. I think we've been doing it now for over 10 years, even longer, and it's a great showpiece, not only for the cafe. There's a lot of showpieces, like a lot of beautiful art pieces that make the cafe stand out, but also it gives the opportunity for local artists to get their work out. I've had a lot of first-time artists that put their stuff up, and they do great. They sell a lot of their art, and it gives them encouragement to do more. So to encourage artists to do more and maybe think about it as a business. A lot of artists have more passion, and they draw or they paint their art, and they never really think about it as a business. They just think about it as their, that's their passion.
A hobby.
Yeah, it's a hobby, but as soon as they put it up and they see, maybe I can make some money out of it, it encourages them. So these are a few points why I've decided, no, it makes the restaurant and the cafe look beautiful too.
Of
Nice
course,
artwork.
it does, and it sets it apart from other spots.
That's right.
So my final question to you is, what's some advice that you could give to somebody else who would like to come into the cafe business?
So now that through this pandemic, I've learned a lot also. It doesn't matter how long I've been in business, you know, we don't know what comes to us. As you could see during COVID, it's been a year now. Someone that wants to start off new, I would say, think of a creative idea, or have your mind open. Don't just think of, oh, I'm just gonna sell this product and that's it, because you might need to sell multiple products. Like I've helped a lot of cafes that opened that said, oh, we're just gonna sell coffee and tea and we'll see how it goes from there. Well, you don't make money just off of coffee and tea. You need to have a product. Like myself, I have cake. So cake and coffee and tea go well together. And you get a price point. At the end of the day, it's all a business. You get to a certain price point that, okay, now it's worth it to have a business, you know, like a coffee, cake, and it's worth it to have a business. So a lot of cafes that are opening new that say, oh, we're just gonna sell coffee. Well, you can't do that no more. You need to sell coffee, you need to sell some kind of food. And not only that is, you need to make sure you're not depending on wholesalers. So make stuff in-house. Be able to make your product in-house, or be able to have a product that you make in-house that you're able to sell, that you're not depending on buying it from a third party. This is a big thing now. If you're making stuff in-house, that's very good. That's how you're gonna make money. Other than that, you have to be really tight with your money. You need to be business-minded or have business-minded people around you. You can't just open a cafe, just say, I want to open a cafe. It's a very hard business. All business is very hard. Owning a business is 24/7. It's 24/7 business. You're not in your business, you're at home thinking about your business. You're thinking of new ideas. You're thinking, what's next? What am I going to do? How am I going to make? So really think about jumping into your own business, or into your own cafe, or into your own restaurant, whatever business you do decide. Really think about it, because you'll be thinking a lot harder while you're in it than you do before you jump into it.
So really put yourself in that mindset
and
become that business that you want to be.
That's
Whether it's
right.
being a cafe, restaurant, or whatever, you have to really put yourself in that mindset of saying, okay, this is what I really truly would like to do, and this is where I see myself going.
Another thing I have to say is when you're getting into business, any type of business, if it's a $500 investment or it's a $2 million investment, you always have to look at it as, I'm doing it. You can't look at it as, I'm trying. I'm gonna try it. If you're gonna try something, don't do it. You either do it or don't do it. Doesn't matter if the investment's $500 or $2 million, like I said. If you're gonna get into the business, make sure that's the business you're gonna do. You can't just jump into it and say, I'm gonna try this business out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. If you're gonna get into a business, make sure it's the right business and do it, and make sure it succeeds.
I like that. On that note, thank you so much, Peter, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Like I said, fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
No worries. This has been Jewne at Oh So Good Cafe in Ottawa, the nation's capital, 25 York Street. So whenever you're in the downtown area, feel free, come on in and enjoy the atmosphere. Don't forget, tune in next time to watch Jewne on Interviews.